Welcome back to Primal Digital. In today's video, let's talk about the 10 weird and wild Squid Game fan theories that make a lot of sense. The intriguing idea of Squid Game, as well as the unexpected twists, have generated some insane fan theories about the characters' connections, symbolic numbers, and more. Squid Game, a Netflix's famous K-drama, provided audiences with an exciting tale full of unexpected plot twists. It's hardly unexpected that the violent show's expanding fanbase has generated a variety of fantastically bizarre ideas about the competition. As more fans pick up on minor clues in the TV show, interesting theories about the characters' connections, symbolism, and the scope of the competition are generating online debates. Some of these fan hypotheses are outrageous, yet they are all possible. The best among them provide convincing facts to back up their statements or have compelling, often mind-blowing explanations. Number 10. The three main colors are symbolic. There are a variety of vibrant colors on the show, with some of the most notable ones appearing in Squid Game's iconic costumes. These colors, according to Redditor Modesty Gideon, are not randomly picked and represent the characters' choices and roles in the competition. The user's post shows a Venn diagram with three primary colors: magenta, cyan, and yellow. According to the theory, the color cyan represents the participants on the show, magenta represents a system, and yellow represents money. The rest of the images give examples of combinations of the colors, such as when cyan or person seeks yellow, which is the money, it becomes green or player. The most intriguing part of the post is its conclusion, which states that the frontman has all the colors since he is a person: the cyan color, who became a player; the green color and received money; the yellow color, this is why his outfit is black. Number 9. The DDAJKI card colors determine participants' roles. One of the most common fan ideas concerns is the recruitment of players and guards for the competition. Twitter user Mixtake explains how because Gi-Hun picked the blue card from the salesperson. However, had he or the other players chosen the red card, they would have been the workers or guards. It makes sense given that the origins of the guards in Squid Game are never revealed. In the show, there is no one demographic that binds them together. One scene reveals that one of the guards is surprisingly young, while another worker alongside JUN-HO appears to be in his mid-30s. Number 8. Gi-Hun'S plane is rigged. In the show's last episode, Gi-Hun decides to turn back at the last moment and misses his flight. This is definitely a good thing, because this tiny gesture may have saved one of Squid Game's most endearing characters. They were planning to blow up the plane. Redditor I Actually Know Nothing speculated, presumably referring to JUN-HO and the VIPs. They emphasize how this was predicted in a previous episode when someone states, "Rich or poor, you are all the same in a plane crash." If this theory is proven correct, this will change the meaning of the frontman's insistence that Gi-Hun get on the plane for his own benefit. Number 7. Every main character's death is foreshadowed. Several observant viewers have noticed that the heartbreaking deaths of the major characters in Squid Game are not as random as they seem. Carly Targaryen tweets on the show's parallels and foreshadowing, stating, "They keep seeing more." These parallels may be noticed by fans who rewatch the episodes. Byaku's death, for example, is foreshadowed in a scene in which he jumps off a bridge to avoid debt collectors. He dies after falling off a high platform in the 5th game. Another example is Byaku's intense scene with a smuggler in which she threatens to slit his throat. She eventually suffers this horrifying destiny. Similar events foretell the deaths of Byung-gi, Ali, and Mineo. Number 6. The VIPs are the viewers. Reddit user and Puri13 has an intriguing idea on what the show's VIPs represent. They believe their existence is intentional in a very meta way, since they are supposed to be subscribers to streaming services. They claim in their TLDR that viewers can afford Netflix and watch people die as a spectacle. This idea is not too far-fetched, given that the program does not shy away from symbolism such as shapes and colors symbolizing hierarchy. The user's comment, "Nothing really beats the real thing up close," emphasizes the point even more. Fans of violent programs like Squid Game may not like the comparison to the horrible VIPs, but it's a connection worth exploring. Number 5. It's an international competition. It's chilling to think that the most horrific events on Squid Game may be happening somewhere else in the world. But that's exactly what Redditor Maximum Range is proposing. They point out that 2 of the VIPs make an interesting comment in the show, with one of them saying that the games this edition have been amazing and the other stating how the contest in Korea was the best, possibly referring to North Korea. That's definitely convincing evidence that there could be international versions of the brutal competition. There's no telling how far the VIP's wealth and influence can extend. A commenter on the post takes it a step further by hypothesizing that the VIPs take turns hosting the games in their own countries, which is why they keep referring to Il-nam as the host. Number 4. Gi-Hun and Il-nam's numbers are symbolic. The Redditor 7DS Pride prefaces his theory by saying it's mainly symbolic. They think that Gi-Hun represents the end of the Squid Game as a long-running institution because he is the final player who gets the last number, 456. On the other hand, Il-nam is numbered 1 because he represents the origin of the game, since it's implied in the ending that Gi-Hun is going to find a way back to the games to put an end to the messed-up competition. This theory might be correct. If the show gets a second season, fans will hopefully find out if the protagonist can successfully stop the next contest. Number 3. Jun-Ho isn't actually dead. Jun-Ho's demise was one of the more painful deaths to see on the show, but it might not be the end for the police officer. A Twitter post by Squid Game burner points out that film characters are only dead when viewers see the body. The user continues by explaining how Jun-Ho's storyline is never properly completed, as his last words to In-ho are, "Brother, why?" He may just get his answer in Season 2. Fans can only hope that he survives that bullet to his shoulder and that he finds a way to swim safely to shore. Number 2. There's an extra set of marbles in Il-nam's home. Despite Il-nam's fake death infuriating fans who discover his real identity towards the end of the show, it was still a harrowing moment when it happened in the 4th game, according to Redditor Heatherfeather. However, it could have been completely avoided. They detail how when Il-nam was having an episode in the game, he was actually going to reveal a way for him and Gi-Hun to safely get through the level together. If Gi-Hun had just waited for him to get inside his house, he could have had an extra set of marbles there. They highlight how Il-nam says they could have a final bet with everything that I still have here, as he was trying to tell Gi-Hun he had marbles in the house. That game could have ended very differently if the protagonist had just stopped and listened. Number 1. Il-nam is Gi-Hun's father. The most mind-blowing fan theory about Squid Game so far is detailed well in a Twitter post by Yun-Lover. The user shares a TikTok video that highlights 2 specific scenes in the show. The first sequence shows Il-nam commenting about how Gi-Hun must have gotten spanked a lot as a kid, which he knows because his son did too. It's the second scene that's more persuasive, as it replays the moment when Il-nam tells Gi-Hun the neighborhood in the 4th game looks familiar, to which the protagonist responds that it looks similar to where he grew up as well. The user takes the theory further by proposing that Il-nam created the competition to find his son because he has dementia and wants Gi-Hun to continue the tradition and be the head of the games. It's an incredible theory that could have massive implications about the origin and purpose of the entire competition. What do you think about these theories? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos like this.